Hello, welcome to my video presentation, Athletes of Today, Leaders of Tomorrow. This is based on my servant leadership program for student athletes. The curriculum design for this program is leadership-based with a concentration on servant leadership and the characteristics therein. Leading through service has many positive outcomes. By leading through altruism, an ethical culture is created. It is the only leadership style in which the framework focuses on the process of caring for others. Servant leaders seek to build long-term and lasting relationships. They don't seek to overpower, but instead to empower. They're not slave drivers, but are guidance givers. They share the power with those who choose to follow them. Ideally, servant leadership results in not only community but societal changes. The idea is that teaching student athletes to care for one another creates a cultural change within their team, which leads to an organizational change in which they focus on people. Within that organization, there is a shift to focus on the community as well and helping those outside the organization. Participating in this leadership program will equip each student with a vast amount of leadership skills. Also, what defines these skills and how and when to use the different skills to their full potential. This will help them to build their resume and then help them to keep their position once they have been taken on. Having the knowledge and skills to become a quality leader will help them in any and every job that they might ever wish to apply for. This program is designed for traditional aged undergraduate student athletes who are involved of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Lenoir-Rhyne. This population is considered the millennial generation. They have been characterized by their feelings of entitlement and unwillingness to work. They have a very strong technology background, but lack the interpersonal skills that are needed to build close relationships with face-to-face encounters. This generation is also viewed as self-serving, or more bluntly stated, as being selfish. Servant leadership is at the opposite end of the spectrum of the millennials in almost all aspects. We see major societal problems stemming from these character traits that are being passed into the upcoming generation, the millennials. Teaching servant leadership, if implemented by those that are learning it, can lead to the major societal changes that we are in desperate need of. Honestly, the only thing needed to be able to have success in this program is some self-awareness and a willingness to learn. The program I have developed will not have a course number, considering as of now it is not being offered as a credit gaining class. The name of the course, for the sake of being concise as of now, is Servant Leadership for Student Athletes. I prefer more clever names, so I will likely be changing it back to the name that you saw at the beginning of the slides, which is Athletes of Today, Leaders of Tomorrow. An athlete of today who turned into a leader of tomorrow. This course is a leadership course focused on servant leadership designed for student athletes with an emphasis on how Jesus Christ led when he was on the earth. It is designed to help students learn to be selfless leaders and strive to help those they are leading to find success while also learning and growing in an introspective way. Normally, when creating a program, there are barriers to implementation. Obtaining political support in this case was, much to my relief, extremely easy. I was granted permission to do my training program through FCA by our regional rep, who seems quite excited about the idea. This is a low maintenance program. I will need a room, check, and access to a copier and a printer, check. And that pretty much sums up what I'm going to need. The possible barriers really would be a lack of interest in the program. For the program to be successful, people have to show interest in it. And not many people get very excited about the idea of serving. But other than that, it is a voluntary, faith-emphasized leadership program, so I do not really see many issues occurring. I will be trying out my curriculum on a few of my student athletes on the volleyball team. They are going to be my willing guinea pigs for this. The curriculum will be taught by me through open lectures and discussion style meetings, along with activities and role play scenarios, as well as including technological assignments and activities. Especially considering I'm going to be working with millennials, I know that this is really going to keep their interest in there. It will be overviewed at first, explaining what servant leadership is, why we are learning it, etc. Then it will be taught on a characteristic or two at a time basis. We will break down each of the 10 characteristics that are in Northhouse book Leadership, as well as using implications from other reliable sources such as Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last. Surveys will be done at the beginning, middle, and end of the course, and this will evaluate the overall effectiveness of the program, as well as be used to ask for preferences and ideas or suggestions for future implications. If feasible, as suggested by some of you all in one of our forums, thanks for that, guys, I would love to be able to do another assessment 6 months later to see if the participants have been able to put the skills into action, and also to be able to see what else they might have learned about servant leadership and what it looks like in real life situations. Thank you guys so much for watching my video presentation. If you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to reach out, and I also love your suggestions that you all have been giving me. I hope you all had a great weekend and enjoyed watching my video presentation.